morning. Just want to talk to you a little bit about some finances and buying houses. Since we came here, we've looked for houses that are 1980 or above. That way we wouldn't have to work on if it has asbestos or electrical and plumbing. So a friend of mine called me up from San Luis Obispo area, and he's an employee of mine, and he worked for me. And when he started working for me, he was getting paid like $8 an hour, and he couldn't cut a 2x4. But after 2 or 3 years, he became a foreman, and actually was an interpreter on the job site, because I had two things going on the job. I had a Bible study, and I taught on carpentry, which is the Great Commission. Anyhow, my friend called me up, and since 2011 till 2018, he told me he started his own business, landscape company, and he's saved $143,000. So I congratulated him about that, and that was a good job to save that much money. But he said he didn't want to pay rent anymore, and he wanted a house, but everything's real expensive. He tried to look at buying a house. It was 1960. It's too old. I told him don't buy that. So I advised him to look for something else. And also, he didn't have the credentials to be in America, and he needed to become a citizen. So I said, you have the money, get an attorney, start working on that. So he asked me to pray for him. So, and we prayed together, and then he started telling me a testimony that somebody had a lot, one of his cousins, that they bought for $35,000, wanted to sell it to him for $50,000, and it was 1 acre. So he ends up buying it for around $45,000, and it's not 1 acre, but at 1.9 acres. And he believes the Lord's just leading him, and instead of buying a house, he can build a house. Well, instead of building a house right away, he wanted to just put in a double wide, and that's just something he wanted to do. But after a while, it wasn't to his advantage to put in a double wide. He went and started the process to build his own house. And as he started, because God was helping him do everything, 3 or 4 different subcontractors that would normally charge their full amount all of a sudden said, we'll just do it for cost. And one of those guys was an architect. An architect was going to charge $7,000, and then he says, oh, I'll just charge $35,000, but would you come and work on my house and you can work it off? So I just want to give all the honor and the glory is the Lord's, because it was something better than what he thought. He could have just put in a double wide, but now he's going to build his own house. And I believe God's going to give him all the money to complete